I what are you trying to get at me?
You won, Jane.
Oh my God.
Enjoy the money. I hope it makes you very happy. Dear Lord, what a sad little life, Jane. You ruined my night completely so you could have the money, but I hope now you spend it on getting some lessons in grace and decorum, because you have all the grace of a reversing dump truck without any tyres on.
Hello everyone, my name's Ace Creeper, that's my YouTube channel name. I usually make Doctor Who content, so this is a bit weird for me. I usually kind of script my stuff, I usually kind of put different things on the screen. What this video is an unedited rant of me just talking about this news with one photo on the screen. If you're expecting a big, funny, well-edited, I'm not doing that, because I can't be bothered. Because really, this video is just me getting it off my chest. I am shocked, to be honest with you. Before we get into this, if you haven't already seen the news, it's all over Twitter. The news is that Sony's pulled out of the Marvel contract. Marvel have set terms that they fancied doing with Sony. Sony, they were like, okay, well, we'll split it 50-50, the income from the films. 50% goes to us, 50% goes to you. We're all happy. We get equal pay for the Spider-Man films in the future. And then Sony went, what Spider-Man films in the future? We're not doing any more with you. Okay, let me get this thing, because there'll be Sony, people that are fans of Sony. I get it. I totally get it. Here's where I stand. The Tobey Maguire, Sam Raimi Spider-Man films were my childhood. They dominated my childhood, and I still love them to this day. They're great films. They're very entertaining, albeit for different reasons than they were when younger. But yeah, I didn't like the Amazing Spider-Man films, and I absolutely loved Tom Holland's Spider-Man in the MCU. Sony screwed over Sam Raimi. Spider-Man 3, they forced him to put Venom in. He did, and he didn't understand the character, and it ruined the film. And then they started trying to plan a reboot before, whilst Sam Raimi was still making a fourth Spider-Man film. We could have had, 4 good Spider-Man, probably 5 good Spider-Man films from Sam Raimi, opposed to 2 good ones and 1 crap one, if Sony didn't interfere. They did a reboot. Andrew Garfield, sort of annoyed them, so then they took it out on him, sacked him. So they screwed over Sam Raimi, they've screwed over Andrew Garfield, and now they're screwing over the Marvel Studios fans. It's depending on how you feel about this. Let me get this straight. Disney is a money-grabbing, big corporation company that makes lots of films. So is Sony. I'm not saying, by Sony doing this for a money-grabbing reason, that Disney are perfectly... Disney aren't angelic. They're not perfect. They're not amazing. In fact, I do criticise them, and I will criticise them a lot, off camera, because I'm not a Sony YouTube channel, or a Marvel YouTube, or a Star Wars. I'm a Doctor Who YouTuber. I talk about Doctor Who stuff because that's what I'm interested in, and what my fan base is interested in, and all that sort of stuff. But this has really got to me. So what does this mean? It means that Spider-Man, for the foreseeable future, will not be part of the MCU. There will be 3 Spider-Man Far From Home, or Spider-Man Home 3, whatever you want to call it. A sequel to Far From Home, kind of. There will be a 3rd Spider-Man film. There might even be a 4th Spider-Man film with Tom Holland and John Watts. But it won't be in the MCU. It will not go anywhere. It will not resolve any of the story threads that have been used in the MCU, likely. It might use Vulture, might use Scorpion, it might even use Norman Osborn or J. Jonah Jameson, but it will mean nothing because it will not be in the MCU. This version of Spider-Man, this actual version of on-screen Spider-Man, there was no Uncle Beth. There was no true fan over here. There was no Uncle Ben story with this Spider-Man. This Spider-Man's mentor was Tony Stark, and Tony Stark died in Endgame. It was a big emotional moment, and Tom Holland's Spider-Man was set up to be the big main focus for the MCU from here on out. The main Avenger, he's Spider-Man. They left it on a cliffhanger as well. And now we're not going to get to see that. Instead, what we're going to get is, we are likely going to have Tom Holland's Spider-Man in 2, 3, probably more films. They're probably going to put him with Venom in a future film, because Sony have got the rights to him now. They can do whatever the hell they want. They were only lending him to Marvel, which is totally fair. But I didn't expect, since Far From Home was the highest grossing Spider-Man film of all bloody time, that they were, going to ever do this, like, soon. I thought it would be a long time before they ever took that contract back. It seemed to be doing quite well for them. Spider-Man was popular again. 2018 was the year of Spider-Man. Spider-Man PS4, Into the Spider-Verse, and Spider-Man appearing in Infinity War. 2019 is the death for Spider-Man fans. It's, depending on how you feel about Sony, even if you like them, this is a bit of a dick move. Gotta be honest. How do I put this? It's a really odd one, because on one hand, I'm interested to see what they do. On the other hand, I'm really, really annoyed. Because the thing is, no matter what you do with this version of the Spider-Man, Tom Holland playing Spider-Man, you could put him in a Venom film, you can have him in more films, but the whole story, the emotional arc of having Tony Stark in his life and losing Tony Stark, all these characters, the relation with Mysterio, Nick Fury, he's gone, he'll be gone, because he'll not appear in a Sony film. Marvel won't let that happen now, because the thing is, once Sony have went, nah, you're not having Spider-Man, then Marvel, which is totally fair to Marvel, have went, well, you're not going to use any of our characters then. So we're back to where we were before Civil War, where every company's got their own chips covered behind their hands, they're covering their cards, and they're not letting anyone else get a peek in. Sony are going to make their own crap films. I liked Venom. I liked Venom. I was in the minority that liked Venom. But I have absolutely no doubt that this bland, washed-up version of Spider-Man with no story, because Tom Holland's Spider-Man is brilliant, but he's brilliant because of the story, because of the development of the character, and you love him even more at the end of Far From Home because of what he's been through. He's tried to live up to Tony Stark, and then he's tried to be the next Iron Man. A big recurring theme in the last film. You know what? We won't even get Happy Hogan, will we? In Spider-Man 3, because he's a Marvel character. He's a Marvel character. No Nick Fury, no Happy Hogan. We're just going to forget they all existed. Big main characters in the Spider-Man films. I can't believe it. We will probably get Norman Osborn. Sony will absolutely milk dry the Spider-Man monsters and enemies bank because they have to try and win the fans back. You know what? I can't stand it. Leave what you think about this in the comments. If you hate me for doing a rant video about Spider-Man, I don't care. This is something I'm passionate about. It's my channel. I'm going to do that. If you're looking at this for the first time, you don't have to subscribe. If you are looking at this for the first time, you can subscribe. That would be lovely. I'm just a bit annoyed about this, and I felt like if I didn't make a video on it, I didn't make a little bit of a rant about it, then I would never get it off my chest. And it would stick on my head for the... It's just really annoying. So... yeah. Subscribe if you fancy it, that would be lovely. See you later.